I I think it's fairly well known. If, at least if you watch my stream or if you watch my other content, then I have a fairly dark sense of humor. I don't necessarily take it as far as some people might, but there's quite a bit that can get me to give off a laugh that might be a little too loud for the subject matter. Um, whether whatever ended up actually giving it to me, whether it was the joke of like trauma giving us a dark sense of humor, things that didn't kill us and give us unhealthy coping mechanisms and a dark sense of humor. Regardless, as a result, I have actually come to really enjoy fiction that tends to make the dark joke, the joke that like is a little like, if you really stop and think about it, you kind of just go, oh. But nevertheless, I'm laughing incredibly hard at those jokes. One such example is the Overlord series. I really do love it. It's a dark fantasy series. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor, and how to put it, the jokes aren't inherently very morbid most of the time. They are, I don't know how to explain it. They are just, they're not pulling any punches. Like, one of the lines that I absolutely love in it is you're walking through some sewers and there's a bunch of dead bodies piled up, and your right hand, who's observing you through a magic crystal ball and talking to you through said crystal ball, just goes, oh, they're dead. And not the get up and start walking around kind of dead either. For some reason, that just makes me laugh. Because you had been fighting zombies right up until that point, and it's just like, they're dead. They're the dead. There's nothing for them anymore. And I crack up at it. And another example is a lot of Terry Pratchett's writing tends to be very very, particularly Discworld, particularly, I've only read so far the stuff involving Death and only up to Hogfather. I think there's one or two more books involving him, and then I still have to read a whole bunch of the other stuff, but there's more than a few lines in Hogfather that got me laughing, particularly the one about the Sandman. I'm not going to necessarily tell it here because I will butcher it, but it is worth a read. Like, go check it out. Hi, Zach. Hello. So yeah, if you know any other stuff that tends to be very, like, tongue-in-cheek, pull no punches, like, here's a little bit of a dark joke and maybe something that's a little macabre and shouldn't necessarily be funny, but it's delightfully entertaining. Or stuff that has a lot of dry wit, I guess, is the stuff that I'm going to enjoy. So if you've got recommendations for any of that kind of stuff, let me know. Maybe I've already checked it out. Maybe I'll have to check it out. But yeah, I always love getting media recommendations from people. I still have to check out some of the stuff that people were recommending I check out. When I mentioned I don't like the meek healer, so I do notice these things. I do try and comment and like on them just so I can find them again more easily. So yeah, I don't know how to end these things ever, so we're just gonna go with the usual outro of be excellent to each other, be excellent to yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.